Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beauty on a Budget. My name is Heather and today is Thursday, April 24th of 2025. It is about 9 o'clock in the morning. I just drove my husband to work and my daughter to work. There's no school this week, so this has been just a really odd week here. My daughter didn't have school, but she had a lot of working shifts, but closing. Today and tomorrow she has more opening shifts. So my husband hasn't been going to work very early. In fact, the last couple days he hasn't really gone to work much before noon. So my house, when my husband's home, I don't clean. Sorry. Yeah, so then my husband was very sick this past week as well. So not a lot got done. So I'll just show you my house. I'll show you how much stuff. So here's my living room. So I've got the scale is out. I've got my coat sitting there. Just most of the living room is fine. I got to fix the blankets, but most of the living room is okay. The front entrance is fine. I do have to do the litter box and take out the garbage, but otherwise this is fine. And my kitchen table, my daughter has stuff we got to put away. We were shopping for grad things. And then I'm going to do my kitchen here. Dishes. I did the dishes last night. I just didn't get a chance to put them away. I just, I'll say it like 10:30 at night. I didn't feel like putting the dishes away. Then the counter just got, a bit of stuff on it. But this is the one thing that I do not understand. My husband will wipe the counter when he's done cooking, except if he uses the stove as the counter. So he was making himself tuna sandwiches in the night, and some of this is stuffing left over from Easter dinner, but this is tuna salad stuff. And then so I know I gotta clean out my ovens because I spilt food when I was making Easter dinner, so I will get this stuff and do the ovens first. And then the master bedroom, I've been up for quite a few hours, so I've already got the bed made. But I do have my laundry and my husband's laundry to do. And then I've got a pile of stuff there that I gotta, and on top of the nightstand that I have to finish putting away. I'm gonna take some of my extra coats and back downstairs. I don't need 4 coats up here again. Like I said, my husband is still, trying to find places for this stuff. Okay, and then I think I might do the bathroom today as well. It looks fine. I just cleaned the bathroom Sunday, but the garbage has to get taken out. I'll do some laundry. So I think that's the first thing I will do is just go do a load of towels and a load of blankets and then my clothes. So I'll just go take all the bedding and laundry downstairs, get that started. And then I will be back to start with I'll finish the master bedroom first. All right, so I'm back here in the master bedroom. I actually put a few of the screens in and I've opened all my windows on the main floor just to let some nice fresh air in. So I'm going to start with this stuff here and put this stuff away. Kind of figure out where it's going to go. And just, not a lot. Things. I just got makeup and jewelry sitting out, some workbooks. I guess I just put them back in the living room. So that was this one here I've been working on. I'm really enjoying that. And that's the journal I'm using for it. And like I said, this is just some new makeup and then some jewelry sitting here. So I just have to put that stuff away, and I got a few things down here to put away. And then I think the master bedroom is done other than vacuuming, mopping, which I will do at the end of the day, like when I get the whole rest of everything else done. So there's not really a lot left in the master bedroom. I said this is still my husband's stuff to deal with. He did get the pile of paint. He finished painting and patching everything, so that is done. So it's good not to walk down my hallway and see cans of paint everywhere. The front entrance, yeah, just have a few things there and a few things up there to straighten out. And that's just pretty much done. So I guess the next one I'll just be straightening out. Here will be my living room. So I've got my coat or my hoodie I got to put in my room, and then just have a few odd things sitting out that need to get put away. But otherwise, you know, I took all the blankets and everything downstairs to get washed. Just have to find somewhere to put the scale. And then so I'll just finish the few things in here, the few things in my bedroom, get those items put away. And then I'll be back to start on the kitchen. So I think this is where I'll be spending most of my day today. I'll be obviously scrubbing my oven and yeah, just getting all this stuff organized. All right, so I didn't film myself putting away all my dishes, but I got the dishes cleared, put away. I got my counter cleared off. I got the bread and the Pepsi in the fridge. And then over here, you know, I was bringing out the cleaning supplies that I need to clean my kitchen. And then I went to grab my cleaning cloths, and that's what I have to work on now. Is got these 3 baskets here that I keep all my cleaning cloths in. Neat and organized, except that last time I did some of the laundry, I folded them and I didn't put them in their baskets. I just set them up on top of the baskets, and now everything is just mixed together. So I've got to sort all these cleaning cloths out and see if they are like cleaning. Like these tea towels I actually keep in the cupboard or under the sink doors. These go here. These ones, I'm just separating them as to what, you know, container they go into. This goes to my steam mop. So now I have to, you know, work on each of these bins and get this stuff neatly folded and in here. Am I missing? I am missing a blue cleaning cloth. I knew I was missing one. I have no idea where it is. That's okay. So when I do these ones, I do them in thirds. So I fold it, I guess I kind of fold it in half this way. So I guess it's more like quarters in these large ones. So I fold in and then fold that. So I get a nice little square cloth, and then they stand up so nice in these little buckets. So I find the longest side, I fold into the center, and then fold in half, and then into the center, and in half. And I got these microfiber cloths. I try not to put them in the dryer, but I will be honest, I'm not the only one who does laundry, and sometimes when I'm doing a load of cleaning cloths, occasionally these microfiber ones get thrown in the dryer. Like I said, that's just paint, but you know, it's a good cleaning cloth. That's all these ones are for. So now I've got all of these ones all neatly folded in this basket. Now I will do these ones, but I got to take these out because I got to separate into what these are. So these ones say dust. This one says glass, bathroom, and kitchen. And these ones are for stainless steel. So these ones I fold a little different because they are smaller. So I fold them in thirds. And then when I fold them, I will get whatever is written on them to be in that one corner. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But kind of so I can read what each of these are, and I'm not in view either. Okay. And sometimes the wording is just so close to where my fold lines are. But it's fine, just as long as I can read what job these are for. And it kind of keeps, you know, things organized, especially when other people also, you know, clean the house. If it's kind of showing what each of these is used for, then hopefully that is the only thing they get used for. Oops, I just dropped that tea towel on the floor. Like I said, some of them it's hard to read the writing. It shows up really good on the camera. I can actually see that on the camera, but when I'm looking straight on, I cannot read the gray on gray. I'm just going to pick up the cloth I dropped. Okay, so then I put the stainless steel ones in. Well, actually, I do need one. I do need a stainless steel one. I do need a dusting one, a bathroom, glass, and a kitchen. My other kitchen one is downstairs getting washed. And then I'll put the rest of these in here, so then they're all neatly in this bin here. These are some brand new cleaning ones I haven't used yet. This is for scrubbing the glass cook stove, so I'll keep that one out. And these are just some of my other microfiber cloths here. So these are all the cleaning ones, are now organized. And then these are our everyday kitchen ones. It needs to get organized. And again, I think I'm missing one or two of these. Again, these ones I just do in the thirds. Yeah, I am missing one of these black and white ones. It could be downstairs. Like I said, my basement is still not perfectly clean. My laundry room, there's stuff that fell behind my dryer. So it's probably, you know, these type of claws is probably what's behind the dryer. And these little scrubber pads, they just fit here in the front like that. So now this one is all neat and organized and ready to go in the drawers. So I'll just put these back in the drawers. Now everything's all organized. There, so I got all that stuff put away. So now I can actually start cleaning everything. I'm going to start with my stove. All right, so I got both the counters on either side of my stove cleared off. So for my oven, I'm going to just spray it with this Lysol Kitchen Pro Power Degreaser. I don't need to do a major scrub of my oven. I did that recently. It was just Sunday when I cooked supper. A few things kind of splattered in the bottom of the oven. So it's mostly, I just want to kind of wash that out. And then for my top of my stove, I'm going to use the Cerama Bright cooktop cleaner. And I also have this little razor blade from the dollar store if I need to use it. And then I've got the little scrubby pads that I buy from Canadian Tire. You get a pack of 3. So I'm going to use those. First, I have to wash off whatever is on here. Like I said, other people use the stove as an extension of the counter. So what I would really love to get is one of those, like, I don't know if they're called. They're like a giant cutting board that you can put over top of the stove, and then it gives you that another counter space. I really love one of those. Even just half the size of this, just give me a little bit more counter space. I'm going to turn my lights on too. Yes. I'm just doing that. I might as well just wipe that counter off because I saw some cranberry sauce stuck there. I mean, I could just take this and, you know, use my fingernail and scrub it, but I do see a lot of things that had boiled over on this burner. So I'm just going to take some of the Cerama Bright and pour it on each of the burners. And just kind of scrub the cook stove. And this little scrubbing pad really gets all these larger chunks of stuck on, dried on food off. And if I get to it soon enough, it will help get the burnt on food from around the burners here. It usually does a pretty good job. And I said, this just happened on Sunday. I know whatever I was making, something boiled over. I'm trying to remember, what was it? I had the water boiling. Oh, the eggs. That's what it was. That's what boiled over. The water for the deviled eggs. I mean, I can keep, scrubbing and it will come off. But because I have this little scraper here, I'm just going to see if I can use this and how much faster it is to get all those bits off of there. This is the main burner that we use all the time. So this is the one that usually gets everything stuck to and burned on. So now that is done. I'm just gonna get a different cloth and oops, oh, there's some burnt on stuff on this one. I'm just gonna do this the same way, and then I'm just gonna rinse this cook stove off, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I hope you can see just how shiny the cook stove is now. Just using a piece of dry paper towel, I'm just getting around this edge here. Just between the cook stove and the rest of the stove, there is a silicone strip along here. And so I just find paper towel works really good just to get that dry. So my cook stove is done. So now I'm gonna work on the stove. So like I said, I just sprayed it all with that power, was it the Kitchen Pro Power Degreaser. So I'm just gonna rinse that out. I'm gonna take a hot soapy cloth and just wash this off. And I'm gonna do my microwave too. So I've got my little Screaming Mama here. It's got these different lines here. So I filled the vinegar here, fill the rest of the way up to water, put her head back on, and I pop her in the microwave for 5 minutes. Let it sit, let the microwave rest for a minute, open up, and then I can just wipe that all out. So I will be back when I'm finished with this oven and starting to wipe out the microwave. Great, so I did that quick cleaning of my oven here. And because I just used that degreaser spray and I just kind of scrubbed it and I just rinsed it off with like just a warm soapy cloth, and then I went over with a dry cloth, it definitely will need a good cleaning with the oven cleaner next week. There is stuff, I don't know if you can see, but there is stuff on the back wall and up on the top that I just couldn't scrub off. But again, it's just one of those things. I don't really have time today to use the Easy Off. I mean, I know it's great, but I prefer, if I know I'm going to be doing that, spraying it the night before and letting it just do its thing overnight, and then I can just scrub it out really good the next day. That's how I prefer to do it. Now, like I said, my microwave's beeping at me because she is done. Now she's going to be hot. And I'm just going to use this cloth because sometimes I forget, but there's a lot of water and stuff on this tray. And this as well. And I'm just going to grab, just have a piece of paper towel. I just find it's the easiest. I just kind of wipe out outside this door first, just because the water drips. And then I just cleaned the stove top, and I'm gonna have to wipe it all off. But with this paper towel, it just absorbs all of the water and everything, and it's just so much easier to clean. And look at that, the microwave. I get this a good bit of a scrub here. Something spilled under the tray. Look at that. That is just so much easier to clean. All this stuff just comes right off. So like I said, it's 3 to 5 minutes. I put her in for 5 minutes and then I let it rest for another minute or so. And then all this just wipes off so easily. This paper towel is not the greatest. You know, I'm just going to grab one of my dry microfiber cloths just because there just seems to be a lot of liquid today. I don't know why. Yeah, like that. So now my microwave is done. My stove is clean. Just have to wipe that off. So now I can just go and do my counters. So I'm just going to clear off the counter here, and I'll be back, and I will be using my marble, granite, and quartz cleaner on the counters. So I'll be back as soon as I'm ready to do the counters. All right, so now I'm ready to do my counters. I got this all cleared off. Like I said, I'm using my marble, granite, and quartz cleaner. Just gonna spray. And this trigger on this has been broken since the day I got it. A really good spray. I'm just using one of my little microfiber cloth here. This is the one that says kitchen. So this is what I use to wipe my counters off with. There is still a bit of paint splatter on my counters. So every time I do this, I get a little bit more of that blue paint from the hallway, and then this cream color paint from in here. So I'm just going to do all my counters. I'm going to put all my stuff back. Oh, right. Then right here, where is it? One of the boxes got stuck here, and it left, chunk of the box or the label or whatever it was to the counter here. It would have been from Sunday's dinner. I think that was the pie box or something. Anyway, so I just used this little scraper to get that sticky label off the counter. So now that is, didn't even notice it till I had moved the stuff that was sitting there. There. So now this counter is done. So I'm going to clean all my counters and put everything back. And then I think my kitchen is, I'll be back to do the outside of my appliances. But then I think my kitchen will be done. Right, so the last thing I have to clean is my stainless steel. So I have this terrific stainless steel clean. So it cleans and polishes. So you spray and you go with the grain of the stainless steel. I also have these cute little, I think they are like a microfiber, but they are actually for stainless steel. And I think it's a microfiber. It's a polyester polymade or polyamide thing. So it's 90% polyester, 10% this other polyamide. And I think it's kind of like a microfiber type of a feel to it. And it really does help. And I find that these cloths that are made specifically for stainless steel work so much better than paper towel. So again, I'm just going to spray down my fridge. So come a little closer here. Oops. And I just got to take these things off the fridge. And I'm just going to spray the front of my oven and my microwave as well. Like I said, I always go with the grain. It's a little tricky trying to get around this KitchenAid sign. I'm just going to open this to get the sides of the doors. Okay, so I just have to wipe down my stove and microwave. And then everything will be done in the kitchen except the floors. The floors I will do later tonight. So I'm just going to wipe those down, and then I just have to come back and set up my kitchen table. All right, I just have to put all the clean dishes back around my table. Right, so my kitchen table is now set up. So now I think all I have left now is the bathroom. I really need to find my larger tripod, but I'm going to do the bathroom quickly. I've already put the Lysol toilet bowl cleaner in the toilet. I'm using the Zep foaming glass cleaner on my mirror. And I have the Lysol bathroom foam cleaner, so I'm going to spray the sink and the outside of the toilet with this. My tub is clean. I just washed it 2 nights ago, so I know it's clean. But it's just this sink kind of needs to, to be done a little more often. So is the outside of the toilet. So I'm just going to spray this. Oops, gotta move these things. Yep. And then I have where my soap dispenser sits on my counter here. It leaves a ring on the sink. I still have to find some type of a padding to put under there. I just haven't quite found the right one, but I find this little scraper tool just gets that buildup off pretty fast. It's just a combination of the soap and we've got hard water. It just kind of builds up there. So just trying to find something that I can put under the soap dispenser that prevents it from doing it. Like this other one does not do it. I don't know why. I can show you, like, the bottom of this one here is a smooth glass, but it's this one here. It's kind of rough. So I just want to find something to put on here. I was even thinking if I could just find my glue gun and just put a ring of hot glue here, it might help prevent that. But I think it's part of it is this grout, when it gets wet, it's kind of coming off. So I need some way to kind of seal this bottom or attach something onto here so that doesn't keep happening. Like I said, I just haven't quite found the right product yet to do that. So again, I'm using this one, has the bathroom on it. So this is the one I use to wipe off the counter. There's not much of a counter in this bathroom. And just kind of polish the taps as well. Oops. Like that. And then just, I always have to check in here because the way when I've got this small little ledge here, and when I'm washing my face, I seem to drip water and it always puddles right on top of the doors and right here on this handle. So I have to always check every day that there is no water puddling, because then it drips into the cabinet as well. So my bathroom is basically done. I just have to do the toilet and the mirror. I guess I can do the mirror first. If I can get this. I don't know. This lid always gives me trouble every time I want to use it. I don't know why. And I got this other microfiber type cloth, and it says glass on it, so it works the best for cleaning glass and mirror. Then I always clean doing like a figure 8 pattern. You get the, I always find you get the least amount of streaks. And sometimes you just have to scrub a few spots here and here that just need a little bit more. I think that's my perfume. I think I sprayed either perfume or hairspray. Those always need a little more scrubbing to get off. There. So my bathroom is basically done. And then this one too. I do find that this glass cleaner works good on the chrome, although I find it easier to spray on the cloth just because of how hard it is to get in here. But it does really make the chrome shine. Now, like I said, all I have left now is just do the toilet, and I think I'm done for today, so I'll be back shortly. Right, so I'm down here in my laundry room. So those are the curtains I'm going to put upstairs in the living room. My daughter said she would help me with that later tonight. These are the tablecloths that these are some of the tablecloths and table runners and things that need to get washed. I will get to that in a little bit. Right now, what I have in here are the cleaning cloths I used already today. So I'm just going to do a quick speed wash. So it's going to be like 15 minutes, although I might change the soil level just up. So it'll be 25 minutes. That might be a little too long for those few items. I'm going to change the temperature to cold wash. I don't need to use, extra hot water on that. Actually, the soil level might be too high. Yeah. I guess I'll just do 15 minutes. It's just the little few cloths I had used. And then here's a couple other loads I had washed already today. I got to take upstairs and put away. And I already did my laundry. I just have to put it away. I just stuck it in a basket in my little closet there, and I will deal with that laundry probably later today or tomorrow. So I'm just gonna go take these towels upstairs and get these put away. All right, I don't have a surface downstairs at the moment to fold my laundry, so everything was just thrown in the basket or up on top of the dryer while I was, doing all the laundry. So then I just quickly sorted and folded these. So it was 2 loads. So I've got my kitchen stuff, that was 1 load, and then the bathroom stuff was a 2nd load. I know the weight was in the basket. I don't want me to think that it was done in 1 load. I don't do that. Just when you throw everything on top of the washer or the dryer or in a basket, and then you're pulling out other items because you're just, just using this small little basket, everything just kind of got thrown in here. So this is for the bathroom. So I'll just set that down. Just gotta fold my cloths here to get them put away. Then I have this one here. And these actually, this roll of these. So what I do is I take where the last one is, kind of unroll it a little bit. Just kind of unroll it a little bit so I've got a couple inches where they will overlap, and then just roll this right on. So that is my reusable kitchen towels. I love these. My husband does not, which is why also in our kitchen we have the other dispenser with the paper towels. So then I have these ones. They go here. Oops. Right. This has to go back on my stove. I just hung it there while I was cleaning. got this little hanger here in this drawer, and all my little tea towels just fit perfectly on here. And I said I've got the little basket for these. Those are back in place. And then I've got my apron, which I got to take downstairs, although I'm going to keep this out because I am going to be making a lamb stew later today. Oops. My little curtain is blowing in front of the camera. Okay, I'll just move out of the way. Yeah, so I just have, I think, those towels to put in the bathroom, but the master bedroom is done. My bathroom is done. It looks so much better. It smells so much better. My house is smelling really nice with all the windows open. Okay, just the cat on the stairs. I just saw something. Okay, my kitchen is done. My living room is done. I mean, there's this one bag here. I'll just put this back where my daughter had it. That was all her items that she had bought in the last couple days. I'm just not going to take it up to her room. I don't know where she wants to put them. So that just kind of puts them there. I was going to put the Minecraft cookbook away, but she wants to make something out of this recipe with her friends when they come over later next week, so that I just leave it out. Otherwise, whatever day they get together, they won't be able to find it. Like I said, so the bedding that I keep on my couch is in the dryer right now. And I said, so up here in the hall or in the front entrance, I just have the litter box and the garbage. And then of course I got to vacuum and mop. And I'm just not going to do the vacuuming mopping right yet. I've got a few other things I got to do around the house first. But I think other than that, like I said, I've got 2 loads of laundry left to finish washing and drying and putting away. I've got this one here, just the towels for the bathroom and to put away. Otherwise, I think I've got my whole house now all clean and back together. So I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who subscribed to my channels and watches my videos, and I will see you in the next ones. Bye.